Greetings from the Beadle establishment. I thought I'd do a question and answers video today. Excuse the mic, the audio was very quiet on my previous videos. I'm not the loudest spoken gentleman in the world, so I do need some assistance with the mic today. And a cup of tea. I thought I'd do a question and answers video, see if I could help anybody out. Make a slightly less specific video. So we'll jump straight into it. I don't want it to get too long. So Jim asked, why do the Duck Dynasty boys, why do their beards never get any longer? Probably because they're beard posers, in my opinion. Personally, I actually watch the show. I quite enjoy the show. Some fine beards on the show. However, yeah, they never get any longer. They're not exactly doing the best for the bearded gentlemen in the world. Secondly, he also asked, do I think that a slight trim will promote beard growth? Absolutely. I don't see how it's any different to regular hair. I've grown my head hair numerous times. Whenever you trim, it does seem to promote growth. It's a hard thing to do, especially with a beard. You know, you try so hard to get a good length, and then it seems that you take a step back every time you trim. Doc puts it a good way, which is if you are going to trim your beard, a successful trim means that nobody else will know you've trimmed your beard. I trimmed a few of mine recently, also these straggly hairs, and yeah, helps shape the beard, does promote growth, I think, but you do lose a little bit of length. Of course, you are trimming it. How long have I been growing my beard for? This beard has been growing for about 16 months or so. I've continually grown beards and cut them off most of my adult life. But yeah, this one here has been about 16 months or so. Was trimming my mustache originally, I would say for about 3 months or so, and then the remainder of the time it has gone completely natural. What else have we got? I'm just reading these off of my telephone. When did I realize I wanted to become a bearded man? I think I've always wanted to grow a beard from a very, very young age. I remember shaving my face prior to any hair growing to try and promote growth. I then got into the dolls in a huge way. Jim Morrison at the time seemed to have this fantastic, huge beard, only to realize that I've outgrown his beard numerous times now, so it's a weird situation to outgrow your inspiration, but it seems to have happened. What made us join the bearding, or start a bearded community? It was actually Doc's idea. Like I say, I'd been bearded for a number of years now, but he suggested, how about we run a Facebook page basically promoting and advocating beards. I don't think it would come to anything at the time, but I decided to jump on board, if you will. I'm a little more computer savvy than Doc, so a lot of the graphics and such were left to me. But yeah, it was kind of his idea. We jumped on board, and it just kind of snowballed from there. When I get my teeth into something, I do tend to stay attached, and it's grown into a wonderful thing. What do I enjoy most about running it? I guess when you guys share images that I make, I can be around a supermarket or something, and something will come to me, an idea will come to me, and I'll put it down and I'll make it into a meme or some content, and you guys share it, and it just makes me think, you know, that 30 minutes I spent making the image was worth it. Sometimes they bomb and you guys don't enjoy them, but nobody strikes a perfect, so I can't win them all. Tell me more about why I make memes in the images that I do, and also that they love the fact that I make them myself. For the most part, I try to make all of our content to be original. Some are of course inspired from other pages and such. You see images and it's difficult not to take inspiration from them, but for the most part I try to make all of my own imagery. I take it from everyday life. I'm assuming, I wouldn't say I'm a creative person, but most creative people must be the same. Anything to things I read, music I listen to will all inspire silly things to make into memes, and you guys seem to enjoy them, so at least they're not wasted. Question was about where I'm from. So for those that don't know, I'm originally British. I was born in the United Kingdom, in Newcastle. That's in the northeast of the island. Lived there until I was in my early 20s, and then moved to New Zealand, where I currently live. and will continue to live for the remainder of my days, I hope. Who's my beard inspiration? Well, I guess my beard inspiration was kind of mentioned, was originally Jim Morrison. Since, of course, when you get into the bearded community or start to meet people in the bearded community, you soon learn that you have a lot of beard inspiration. Michael Connor is a huge inspiration. I'm very much aspiring to get a beard anything close to and or similar than his. Phenomenal. So yep, he's up there, I'm afraid. I did get some questions about my dreads as well. Actually, I have them tied up because I've just woke up. But my hair has been growing, I would say, for about 3 or 4 years. My dreads have been in for about 1.5 years or coming up to 2 years now. I'm sure you've all seen pictures on the page now, but yeah. What else? Okay, if facial hair naturally shreds and falls out, does that mean it'll eventually all fall out? I read a statistic regarding this, in a sense of what hair is lost and then how quickly hair grows, not to mention the actual quantity of hairs involved in a beard, and I assure you they're astronomical. Unless you suffer from some sort of alopecia or have an extremely thin beard anyway, the likelihood of it all falling out is very, very slim. Maybe one time I'll try and not count, but at least photograph how many of my beard hairs fall out, because yeah, you would be alarmed and shocked, I would imagine. I can literally pull them out almost, and it never seems to get any thinner. So yeah, don't worry too much about that. If you are worried about it, and you want to try and do things to stop it, excessive hairdryer usage will damage it, of course. Not caring for the beard. You could use some good serums. I believe a hot oil treatment, I think it is good for strengthening the beard, so that could be worth looking into if a lot of it is breaking off. But yeah, that will stop dead ends and such as well. Okay, next question. Should I shave to start again to promote proper and healthy growth, or try to rectify the tangled mess that I love? What a great question, and expertly worded. In my opinion, no. I don't think there's any merit to completely shaving a beard and starting again. Quite often you do have to cut some out of it, so you may have to shape or take a lot of the sides back if you want it to grow in all in one length. But to completely shave again is just going to be a traumatic experience. Yeah, I wouldn't be recommending it. So yeah, if you love it, stick to it. You're never going to find somebody or everybody that loves your beard. It's never going to happen. There are a lot of beard phobes out there that really just don't like beards. Hence the Amish jokes and the Duck Dynasty jokes, etc. You've just got to beard through it, as long as you love it. Don't care what anybody else does. John asked what cartoon character suits the beard. I'm assuming by this he means my favourite bearded cartoon character. I'm sure there are 1,001 cartoon characters that I'm going to miss out, but yeah, Calamity Sam rocks a mean moustache. The father from Aladdin, we rewatched Aladdin recently, and the father has a mean moustache, so he must be up there as well. I don't recall his name off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's a few. We'll get a thread going and we'll see which ones we have. How do I get a nice straight beard instead of curly and tangled? Greg, one of the other admins of the page, he doesn't post a great deal, but has a very tight curly beard, and he used hair straighteners to help his. I'm sure there could be some detrimental effect to this. You are applying a very hot sauce to your beard, so I'd look into some sort of serum or gel to put on before straightening it, in case you are doing any sort of permanent damage. Never done it myself, so I can't really speak from personal experience, but yeah, that's one possible way. The other thing is a ball brush. Buy a ball brush, use a ball brush. Mine isn't handy, unfortunately. Brilliant. You did go on to say that you do lose about 2 inches. Oh, sorry, this was a different question, David. How can I keep my beard long when I brush it? After I shower, it's like 2 inches longer than when at the end of the day, let's say. And unfortunately that happens. Me and Doc have discussed this in the past, that you can brush and balm your beard in the morning and lose a good 2 inches or more during the course of a day. carry a ball brush. They come in varying sizes. You could buy a small ball brush and take it with you. Give your beard a brush out. I've been criticised for over caring for my beard in the sense of brushing it or brushing it down too much, but again, preference of shape. I'm not wanting to build a bulky side beard. Admittedly, I could maybe do with a little bit extra length on my sides, but no, yeah, brush it out. It'll help it wear. Alternately, just keep growing it. When gravity takes hold, it will start to pull it down over. Okay, and that almost wraps up all of the questions we got. We'll have to do another video if you guys are keen to watch more. A few points I did want to bring in was just a great thank you to everybody for supporting the community. We reached 5,000 people last Sunday and are already up to 5,800. It's mind blowing. As I say, for an off the cuff idea to have snowballed. Admittedly, we've been running the Facebook page for about a year, and for a large portion of that I was running it by myself. So it's very demanding on my time. I sacrifice a lot of things to make sure there's content continually uploaded, not to mention moderating it to make sure that everyone is staying positive and happy towards everybody on there. So yeah, just thanks for the support. Also, if any of you guys are interested, we did open a store recently. All original works from myself. They may seem expensive, but you do have to bear in mind that they're New Zealand dollars, not American or Great British pounds. So once you apply conversion, they really work out to be alright. You're going to wait a little bit because they are shipping from over here, but unfortunately I have to support a local business. I don't really want to do this internationally, but we do ship internationally. I'm supporting a t-shirt today, so yeah, grab yours. Support a bearded community. Thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, leave them below. If you want anything else made, leave it below.